Ebro, Laura, Rosenberg show.
Video 10. Let's feel good and see a little Bernie.
This was so good.
And while I am truly sorry that he can't be here with us today,
Yeah.
No, I didn't know he actually hit the glass break like I did at my wedding.
Fire, right?
Wow. That is awesome,
God
man.
bless Bernie, man.
I gotta tell you, I just wish Bernie was like 5 years younger, 6, 7 years younger. I'm sorry, who would be better than him?
Yeah, I know. I agree with you.
Because when we go through this debate of like, we don't just want it to be the same old people, and we want, this, like Bernie is literally he basically checks every box.
Yeah.
In a real way. And he always had that appeal to a lot of those independent thinkers, the Joe Rogan crowd, a lot of people who somehow, even though you and I can't understand it, who ended up going right.
Right.
Bernie had a lot of them.
Which is so crazy to me.
I know. There's some middle ground of the independent thinking thing that he tapped into that somehow also Trump did for them that I can't grasp. But either way, it makes him incredibly viable. And I just don't know who there is that at this point I'd go, yes, 1,000% I'm in.
How old is Bernie now?
I think he's over 80 already.
Is he? Yeah, man. But
is he 80? Let me know. I think he's 80 on the dot.
All right, they're looking it up right now. But I look at him, 84. Wow. Okay.
84?
He's 84.
So like I said, if he was 5 or 6 years younger, if he was like 78, I think you could feel like, okay, it's not so crazy. 84 is.
But look, he's still rocking. He's still showing up. He's still doing the work with passion. I'm so impressed by him all the time. And you're right. I don't know if we're going to get another Bernie.
And we are going to end up in a situation where we are forced to make a choice that a lot of people aren't going to be thrilled about. That's likely what is going to happen. And, my dad wrote an article this week, and it's funny. My dad kind of talks both sides of the fence because my dad is like disgusted by Democrats constantly and angered by them all the time. Mm-hmm. But my dad also wrote an article this week. My dad is on Substack, MJ Rosenberg on Substack. And he wrote an article this week, though, about choosing the lesser of two evils.
Oh.
Because there's so many people who are like, really refuse to see things that way. We've had this conversation. Yeah. With the Shawnee cultures of the world, right? Yes. And many others who are like, nah, but the whole thing is bad, and they're all bad. And so my dad wrote an article about my mom's family, about his in-laws, and how essentially when Poland was split between the Russians and the Germans, they had to make a guess about which of these are going to be slightly less evil because it's all bad.
Right.
Which direction we decide to go. Literally in that moment, they ended up going east to Russia and ended up as slave laborers for 5 years, like past Siberia. Like we're talking about like almost in Asia. Yeah. All the way east. 5 years in the freezing cold of slave labor, right? And it wasn't great. It was not great. But guess what? They now have 7 great-grandchildren because they waited out and went, I'm going lesser of two evils. Yeah. And I think that's this way, even though I know both of these sides are a nightmare. And I just think, not to be over dramatic, but like, does Gavin Newsom get me going? No, he does not. But are you watching where this is going otherwise?
Correct.
JD Vance will literally give AI the rights to like start deciding life or death. It's like, do you want Terminator or nah?
Right. And if you're a woman, have you been paying attention what's happening? Like the story of the woman I think it was in Georgia, where she was brain dead and they forced her to carry her pregnancy. Okay, so she is like a vegetable. The family was saying, hey, this is it. Let her go in peace. They were like, nope, according to the law, she's pregnant. So we can't do anything. So, and then
She was literally like a vegetable?
Yes. And then not only that, so now the family is already going through the worst, right? So doctors are saying that this baby is going to have terrible complications. Like, oh my God, like, you know, they pulled up all the statistics and they didn't care. They forced her to go through it. They forced the family to go through with it. And guess who's stuck with all those hospital bills, all that responsibility? The family. And then as soon as they were able to, you know, retrieve the baby, then they let her go. It's crazy.
Jeez.
Like it's so wild what's happening. But yeah, these are the stories that really don't make it. You have to dig because they're always being buried.
All right, Bascom, good call. Bascom says, on that note, and that is a horrifying story that you just told, Laura. On that note, Kamala Harris on the prospect of running in 2028.
So are you going to run again in 28?
So, okay,
I tried to be subtle, but I just figured I'd go right
Well,
at
that's as subtle as Reverend Al Sharpton could ever be. We love you for many things, but not being subtle. Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it. But let me say this. Let me say this. I am thinking about it. But let me also say this. Look, I served for 4 years being a heartbeat away from the presidency of the United States. I spent countless hours in my West Wing office, footsteps away from the Oval Office. I spent countless hours in the Oval Office in the Situation Room. I know what the job is, and I know what it requires. I also know, one of the things that I've been doing, Rev, is I've been traveling the country the last year. I've been spending a lot of time in the South and many other places. And the one thing I'm really clear about also is
All right, Kamala.
the status quo is not working.
Okay, let's see. You know what? I don't know if that's too much of an indicator of how I feel about it, but can we play her off, please? I have love for Kamala Harris.
Me too.
I think
I voted for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I voted for her.
Yes.
I would have voted my life for her.
Yeah.
But at this moment, I feel like I'm good.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm at right now. I just want to wait. I want to wait and see who are our candidates.
But isn't that already a problem? If there's someone who's considering running a second time, and you already know what they're about because you voted for her once.
Right,
but when you hear about the prospect of her running, you go, well, let me see what other choices to me, that sounds like someone who's not going to galvanize people. And Ebro can get up here and not scream, and tell us all the things that is like great about her and why everyone else was wrong for not liking her.
Right.
And I agree with most of those things.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, under it all, it seemed like once the cute social media videos died out, there wasn't like a real sincere excitement. Yes, there's the racism part. Yes, there's the sexism part. There's all of those things. I think it's worth trying to fight through those things to get the right person in office.
And I will tell you, that's what scares me the most.
But that's part of it. So you're like, well, wait a second. I'm already worried that we have to deal with these people who claim to be left-leaning or progressive, but they're really not. You have to deal with that. But beyond that, to me, it's just when I hear her talk at this moment, like, bro, that gave me, as I would say on the ESPN, that gave me no movement. Did you get it? I mean, I'm sorry. Like, when I hear Barack talk still, I will still be. When I hear Michelle Obama talk, there are people who, when I hear Bernie talk, when I hear AOC talk, I perk up, I get excited.
Yeah.
I just don't know that she's a really lovely person. I just don't know that I think she'll galvanize people. And we have to be in a place where people are ready to go ham.
That's what scares me. Like, no matter what people say, the sexism, the racism, we had a woman who was 10 times more qualified and still. Well,
and by the way, you had Hillary,
yes,
who at least you weren't dealing with the racist part of it, just the sexist part of it, plus the special Clinton hate, which is its own thing.
Yeah.
And Hillary wasn't able to do it. It's scary.